Hello, hello, welcome in, welcome in. It is Mega, aka the Art Messiah, here to save you from yard sins. Welcome back to another drawing stream. Today we're going to be doing something fun. We'll be working on some Halloween art. We're going to be working on some stuff for my next art show. And I feel like Soul Eater is one of my favorite shows, and it has a lot of that Halloween core type of aesthetic. So we're going to mess around with that, as well as just kind of come up with my own stuff and just kind of have fun with it. So feel free to grab your pencil and your paper and everything else that you might want or need as we get started here soon. Let me make sure my video capture card is working and updating correctly. So let me just go ahead and jump to the properties here real quick. We're going to deactivate and reactivate that, and there we go. We are live, welcome in, welcome in. Okay, so let me also check in my audio, hop into the chat myself, so when people do show up, we got, I can respond and stuff, I can see what you guys are saying. So yeah, we're not going to waste any time, we're going to jump right into it. I'm just sketching things out, figuring stuff out for the current point in time. So we're gonna have some music going in the background. We're gonna be listening to some old Soul Eater, some Soul Eater stuff, some other things, and yeah, we're just gonna have some fun with it. So let's go. Welcome in, welcome in. How are y'all doing today? And are y'all in here chilling, drawing? What's good? What's good? Hey, what's up, Maya? No worries. Yeah, spooky season is among us. I typically don't play much too into this aesthetic, but I have an art show coming up, and I just went to kind of create something for it. So we're trying some spoopy art today. But anyways, I hope you have a good day, and thanks for kind of popping in for a little bit. Appreciate it. Really just trying to figure out this pose. So I'm trying to get better at drawing from imagination. So this is a pose from imagination, and we're really trying to get it to work. But it's a struggle. It's a struggle. I'm not gonna lie. Drawing from imagination can be pretty tough. So even though I have gotten better at it, it still takes me a while to kind of find the pose and everything like that, and to make it look the way I want it to look, and get that dynamic motion going. But I think we have at least a good start, a good base. I may change from this star to maybe a different kind of thing. Maybe he's holding more of like this kind of deal. We may end up kind of switching it to that. I'm not entirely sure just yet. But yeah. Okay, it's not looking bad. It's not looking bad. Just needs some additional work here and there, right? So we're gonna try drawing this boot on top. I'm actually gonna make a new layer for it. I'm gonna turn this down to blue. Okay. Do something like that. Oh, I did that wrong. I was supposed to draw on top of it. Whatever. It actually came out a little bit what I wanted like anyway, so it's fine if I drew on the same layer like that. Now let's just try to draw in this other boot as well. Right, this one's gonna be rotated a little bit more towards us this time. Alright, so leg. Coming in kind of this kind of direction. So a little bit more overlapping this time. Like so. Right. Okay. It's gonna more so curve out this way. Hello, hello, welcome in, welcome in. We're just doing some chill drawing. We're working on some Soul Eater artwork. If you're new here, welcome in, welcome in. Listening to some, I think we're supposed to be listening to some Soul Eater soundtracks. I don't know if it's still playing through an OST. Yeah, I think it's still playing through the OST, so. Alright, so we're going to duplicate this layer and we're going to keep sketching and refining this just for a little bit longer before we move on to the next character. We're trying to draw the three main characters of the cast. So yeah, that's the three that we're trying to do, and we're sketching out each of them individually, and we will then compile them together. So trying to work a little bit on group shots, something that I am not like really good with yet, so that's what we're working on today. And if you guys have questions or anything like that while I'm drawing, feel free to ask them. All right, let's move on. Let's move on to another character. We'll come back to this. We're gonna keep on doing like poses and whatnot, but we're gonna leave this one like this for right now. All right. Let's see. Let's bring back this. This is our final for now. And by the way, do you guys have any plans for Halloween time? So this is gonna be Kid, and this is gonna be Maka. So we have a layer for Maka now. We're gonna zoom out a little bit while I sketch this out just slightly. We're gonna use this. We're going to take a quick break from that music for just a second. Yeah, until someone has questions or anything like that, we're going to keep this stream pretty quiet for the most part. Alright, and let's see how her side looks. I'm pretty sure that's just, yeah, it's just a little bit right here. There's like an eyeball right there. Alright. Alright. Let's see here. Alright, so we're going to kind of color code each of these characters just to give myself some, a little bit of clarity of like what's happening in the scene. Okay, so I'm thinking the composition was gonna look something a little like this. Hmm. I mean, I think it's interesting. I think there's something here, right? Hmm. So at this point in time, I'm kind of looking at this this composition, and I'm kind of liking some of it, most of it, and the shapes and everything like that. But one of the things I wanted to do was like make each individual character a separate piece and then a combined piece as well. But before I do like full renders, I really want to be happy with just like the posing, like the composition and sketch step, and give that a break. Do a couple variations of it, you know, give it a break, come back to it, and then actually choose like what I think is working really well. So that way, when I go to render, um, I know it's something that I'm like happy with and like want to see. So that's something that is in the back of my mind. Um, just kind of thinking about that. So I'm gonna kind of sit here and just kind of observe for a little bit, and perhaps do some like other sketches before I come back to this. I don't know. What do you guys think? What do you guys think about the composition so far? The one that's right in the center. So I came up with all these three poses, just drawing from imagination, you know, which is typically the hardest. But I kind of went to do like an X type of shape with all the characters and whatnot. So everything kind of flows together, and the center point is the middle, but everything is like the middle of Maka's head pretty much, but everything kind of branches out from there. Oh, sorry, my chat completely disappeared. I didn't even see a couple people had come in. Afternoon, good afternoon, Kage, and good afternoon, Gabby B. Um, okay, I got some positive feedback. I think it looks good, and it looks really good. Thank you guys so much. Thank you guys so much for the feedback and the positivity. Drawing can be really tough, where especially in the sketch stage, and things are just not looking right, and you keep sketching over and over and over and over and over again. But y'all giving me some confidence, you're giving me life. So I think we're gonna work on this and work on rendering this out a little bit more. Yeah, I think we're gonna render this out a little bit more, have some more fun with the rendering, and just kind of see how it goes. We'll stay on stream for a little bit longer, and I'll try to do a little bit more chatting now that we have a little bit of a direction going. But I'm gonna go ahead and take a screenshot of this, and just so I can kind of keep track of the progress. Sometimes I like taking little snapshots like this. Maybe I'll also post it up in the Discord server. Let's bring this over here. We're gonna do something real quick. So we're gonna do the be right back screen. I'm gonna be here. I just want to make sure, since the HDMI, like the video capture card that I'm using, it really captures my entire screen. So unfortunately, I can't just like capture a specific part. And so I just want to be careful I'm not sharing any like personal information. Oh, I think I'm staying still for right now, Kage, so I don't think there's you're missing anything. I'm taking a quick break just to so yep. Let me see if it's. Oh, you know what? I'm glad you said something, because it looks like we actually did lose the video capture card. It doesn't seem to be updating right, so thank you for actually pointing that out. I wasn't moving the screen, but I just tested right now, and it wasn't working even when I tried to. All right, well, let's keep going with this and rendering this. I think there's some other things that I also want to try to get done during stream. But we'll keep working with this for right now. I actually am starting to build up a little bit of a library of like sketches that aren't finished works, which sounds like a bad thing, but honestly, in my opinion, it's kind of cool, because I tend to finish a lot of my sketches in pieces, and I like to have some things in the in-between stage, so I can kind of jump in between the stages in the process and whatnot. So yeah. Alright, well, let's mess around a little bit more. Let's kind of jump into my Maka folder, and let's work on her. So we'll get rid of these other characters, and we'll bring this out. We'll make another layer just to be on the safe side, and we're gonna use a bigger brush for my sketching. Sometimes I go a little bit too fine and it ends up kind of messing me up. Originally I was gonna having her face away from the camera, but I'm actually gonna have her facing the camera. So I kind of want to figure out which way I want this, her like her blazer to be flowing. So I could do something like this where it swerves back around in this way, which I think is kind of interesting. If I did this on the other side as well, it could be something maybe like this. Okay, so that's one way to do it. Another way I'm thinking is if it's actually flowing out and then it actually is kind of flowing upwards and outwards like this. I think that could be kind of cool looking. Something like that, flowing this direction. When I'm doing something like this, I'm trying to look at the big picture and if it's going to help or hinder the composition. So I think that's a little bit too much with it going upwards like this. I don't want the tail of this jacket to interrupt the flow of the scythe, so I'm going to keep that in mind. So let's try another way of doing it. Let's have it flowing off to this direction again. And maybe have that souping up that way. It'd be kind of folding over. Well, if it folds over this way, it actually would probably fold a little bit more like this. And maybe it's flowing out this way, which is kind of nice, but I don't really like that either. So what I'm gonna do to further this, I'm actually going to let's take this and let's take the color. It's actually kind of just work on maybe more so a silhouette. I think that's gonna help me kind of figure out what I want to do here. Her suit jacket is pretty cool because it kind of acts as like a cape, the way it kind of flows. Maybe this can flow into it, kind of like that. Maybe something like this. kind of like the zigzaggy flow that the artist gives this. So I'm wondering if I can like make use of that kind of flow as well. What if I pull it that way and make this I don't know if it looks strange if both go out the same way. Let me zoom forward back to what I had. Let's step forward and let's copy this shape into duplicate layer. Let's imagine the wind is blowing a lot stronger, and so this is looking something like this. It wraps around and then it's coming out this way as well. Get something like that, and that's kind of cool. It adds a little bit of asymmetry to the pose, and it also balances out that side a little bit. So I may not keep this, but I do think it's kind of cool. I think there's some cool elements here. Alright, let's turn on off that layer and turn on this layer. So this is the design aspect of things. It can be very easy to get caught up in, and you can keep fiddling and fiddling and fiddling for a really long time. We're gonna continue to solve this out though. I think we're gonna stick with I'm gonna stick with the asymmetry for now, just because initially I liked that the most. We're gonna come back into this here, and we're going to add in this back section as well, because that should be added into the silhouette. Alright, let's try to do a little bit of a quote-unquote more final render for this. So we pretty much want to take this and drop the opacity down, and we're going to take, I think we can still take a decently large brush as we're sketching this in. So do you mean having her blazer jacket off to one side instead of like high up in the air or on both sides? Yeah, because we do need to have Black Star in the back here, and even with that, the silhouette of her jacket doesn't cover Black Star too much. Alright, let's keep this slightly better render, still pretty quick. Alright, looks like her jacket has about 2 large ones that go like that. And let's go ahead and pull out our, okay, let's also switch up our music as well. want to keep this a quick sketch still. Alright, and this is just to, the way I approach drawing is kind of chipping away a little bit at a time, until I have like a full understanding of what I'm doing with the character. Yeah, I almost akin it to like sculpting, and I think that is a good approach. To kind of just, you know, slowly get things to the level that you want it to be at and want it to look like. Alright, so always thought her shoes were really cool. Wish I could have some dope shoes like this as well. Got some chunky boots. So we're gonna quickly get that in here. Go ahead and draw our ground plane. That's gonna help keep this character nice and grounded here for us. Okay. But we're not gonna get too crazy with it, because I think it may be in the final picture, but that may be out of view, so may not even really need to render it all that detail. I don't like these buttons, so we're just gonna render them again. I just think they were a little bit too big.
I came to the flame shine bright. They were puzzled how I'm saved. I could never serve the passion or the fire or the man of a sight how I am. Ain't nobody asking, I've been basking in my liberty, cause slavery is real. Doesn't mean the shackles gotta be revealed. Fighting with my pen, that's the closest thing to steal. And it's what they wanna steal. There's value in the word, gotta figure out the real. I'm juggling and wrestling the thoughts in my mind. The influence was heavy, all the thoughts in my mind. Labels still persuading like I'm needing a dime. And my people ain't be dying over gold in the mines. It's funny, right? I'm still numb to the trauma. I couldn't tell if my joy was out of love or what would hold me when I needed me a hug. That's the realest. Yeah, it's the closest thing to feeling. Yeah, it's the only thing revealing. Trying to get me closer to the Lord, cause maybe He can open up some doors while these words get to show you all my flaws. It's poetry and pain, blessing in the chain, pictures I could paint. Yeah, it's poetry and pain, blessings in the chain, pictures I could paint. Yeah, it's poetry and pain, blessing in the chain, pictures I could paint. Yeah, it's poetry and pain, blessings in the chain, pictures I could paint. Now I've been calling, been starting, been falling, go again. Time is so precious, a blessing, don't mess it up all again. Money ain't coming and going, coming and go again. Loving is true, it don't go here to stay, it go again.
Okay. All right, we're making progress. We're making progress. All right, looking good. Looking good. We're gonna shift over this boot a little bit. It's definitely not set up quite right. It's not entirely off, but did need to be skewed over a little bit, and probably just a tad bit bigger as well, honestly. But we can leave it like that for now. All right. It's looking pretty good. So yeah, this year I really want to get just better at drawing group shots and drawing from imagination. So I think I'm gonna do more like sketching more than anything. I'll try to finish up some illustrations, but like I more so just like want to get better with the excuse me, the whole process. And especially like the beginning process with the coming up with ideas. And so one of the things that I've been practicing more and more is sketching from other people, but then taking some time to just sketch by myself, for myself, and doing it directly from imagination, because the only way to see where you're really lacking is to do that. And when you do that, you find exactly what it is that you can't render and what you're struggling with. So when you go back in for those studies, like your studies are a lot more, I guess, like direct, or you know what you're like looking for more at that point in time. So alright, well, let's try Kid out. Let's see what we can kind of render there. What I'm gonna do for this first render is we'll drop down that opacity for now, and we'll definitely drop down this opacity as well. Maybe we even get rid of that. Maybe we just get rid of that. Maybe that's what we need to do. Bring this back up to 100, but just get rid of it. No, I actually like it there. That helps me figure out the form. So anyways, those opacities are down. Let's go ahead and grab our, let's use our big sketch brush maybe. Yeah, just for now. Alright, so let's get a reference for Kid from Soul Eater. Hello, welcome in, welcome in. We are working on some Soul Eater artwork. The news just dropped. Viz Media is opening submissions for their originals line. What does that entail? My take and my guess is that people that are creating independent stories can submit now, and they can be published in Viz. But am I wrong? What is that all about actually? Let's try using a pencil, maybe. I don't know. Will this help me? We're gonna stick with this. We're gonna stick with this guy. All right, Death the friggin' Kid. All right, so he's got a cool design too. It's actually pretty. He reminds me the most of like a Cartoon Network character. You know what I mean? Like when I see Kid, I think of a Cartoon Network character. Am I alone in that? I'm not liking that. Let's use a different thing to render this out. I don't know what I'm gonna use just yet, but it's not that. I'm not feeling it. All right, we're gonna try this. Okay. Kage says correct. You hit it right on the money. Okay, so cool. So, well, yeah, for those of you that are here, that are watching, that are, you know, here for all that manga goodness, definitely check out what Kage just said. Get a chance to get published by a very well-known publisher and kind of maybe get your career kickstarted. That sounds really cool. And that sounds like at the very least, a very good chance to just up your skills as an artist So at the very least, it's beneficial for that. I'm sure it's going to be pretty tough to, nab yourself a spot. But that should never be a detriment for you trying something new. So that's pretty sweet. I really wish a lot of these opportunities existed earlier in terms of these types of competitions and stuff like this, manga competitions. There wasn't really many chances to kind of participate in things like that here in the West if you're interested in manga. So these types of opportunities, they sound pretty cool, if you ask me. Might be worth it to jump on it. Gabby B says he weirdly does. I forgot what I was even talking about for Death the Kid. Oh, no, I remember. I was saying he looks like a Cartoon Network character. I'm sure the artist for Soul Eater was inspired probably by some Cartoon Network stuff. I forget the name of the show. What was it? Billy and Mandy, Fairly Odd Parents, that kind of stuff for sure. Okay, Ninja Pufferfish asks, how do you feel about YouTube streaming versus Twitch? So I started here streaming on YouTube first, and the main reason for that was I was already uploading stuff to YouTube for my actual channel. So I kind of had some familiarity with the space, and I figured if there's people that follow me here, it'll be easier for them to join into a stream if I am streaming on YouTube versus Twitch. But there's a little bit more to it than that. Let's see here. How am I gonna? So if this gun is pointed backwards, his hand's like this. Yeah. Okay, so thumb will be wrapped around on the back side, but this will be going around for the trigger area here. So we get the trigger, and then we're gonna get something like this, and then we're gonna get that. Okay. Something like that. Something a little bit like that. Oh, what's up? Okay, it's ramen body wash. Okay. Well, hello. I like both. I like how Twitch is more casual, and I also like how Twitch is dedicated specifically to streaming, and so I think that gives it a little bit of an edge. But like I was saying before, I have some of my followers and like audience on here, so I kind of been prioritizing this one as like my official streams, and then the more casual ones I've been doing on Twitch more recently. So that is my current like approach to try to be able to do a little bit of both. But another thing that I do enjoy about Twitch is like the actual community. Like there isn't too much of like a streaming community here, and you can't like kind of like rate each other's streams, or just kind of like, you know, bounce back and forth with like other creators in that capacity. I feel like Twitch does a better job at that. Of course, there is that risk of like the hate raids and stuff like that I've been hearing about, but I do feel like the sense of like community is probably a little bit better on Twitch, but I think discoverability on both is kind of difficult. I'm not gonna lie. Like the discoverability on Twitch seems pretty awful, to be honest. So yeah, that's like a little bit of my thoughts. Kage says the editor is the old editor-in-chief of Shonen Jump. Dang, okay, so that's like really official. Are you gonna try to do anything for it yourself, Kage? Like, are you gonna submit any of your works for that? And yeah, if you guys are not already following them, check out Ramen Body Wash on Instagram, or is it Takin or is it Takun? Either way, they posted their name in the chat, and they do stream on Twitch. So if you're looking for more Twitch streamers to follow, check them out. Great art and good vibes. We met at conventioning, so just this year, so it's been good times. All right, so let's do that. Let's fix this a little bit. Let's do Ninja Pufferfish says, I see I've been wanting to transition, but I didn't know if it was worth it to do, so you know. So one thing that I would suggest is trying to stream at both at like the same time. I'm trying to get that set up myself, and honestly it probably shouldn't take that long to do. I've just been putting it off. Okay, so I think that's a decent enough render. Let's go ahead and turn back this layer to 100% and fill in some of the gaps that we just created as we were working through that in terms of the value, right? So I'm just constantly keeping in mind what the composition looks like. All right. So there we go. We got a little bit more better rendered scene for these awesome characters. Because there is a lot of overlap, I feel like the important parts of the characters need to be with, like, they need to have their silhouette outside of the overlap. So that's what I'm kind of paying attention to, like, right now. I think Black Star's hair is his most important element, and his, like, weapons. So that is visible for Maka. I think the side is visible, as well as her pintail coat. But we're definitely gonna have to separate things due to, like, value as well, which I think it will work out. Because Death the Kid has a dark outfit, and Maka's face is light, so there will be some nice contrast there that I think will be okay. I think where there will be some issue though is Death the Kid blending a little bit into Black Star, because they both have black in their outfit like that. So we shall see, but I think I'm gonna take a break here, and probably come back to this later on tonight. So I'm kind of counting down the days right now, but I'm down to 9 days, and there's other things I want to do besides rendering this piece for the show. So my goal is to try to finish this up sooner rather than later. So I'll probably come back and work on this a little bit later on in the evening. And if I do, I will send and make an announcement. But yeah, things will start to come together later on. And so probably be more an interesting stream to watch rather than just seeing the sketch process of me coming up with the characters and everything like that. So yeah, why don't we take a pause there, regroup later. But yeah, thanks everyone for joining in. Hopefully you guys had fun chilling with me. Yes, I will eat and get some rest and chill and recuperate. I feel like this point in time in the process, it's easy to get lost because you're just constantly refining and defining things. But yeah, I'm gonna recharge, regroup, and get some energy and concentration back. But I am liking it so far. I think most of the things I want to be working are working. So we'll see how it comes out. All right, everyone. Well, take it easy. Take care. Peace, deuces, and love. Until next time. It has been fun hanging out with y'all. So peace.